Hey, I'm Alistair from Trail and KALE, and I'm out on the trails testing the Shokz, formerly known as Aftershokz OpenRun Pro bone conduction headphones. So these are sport headphones, primarily targeted at runners, I'd say, and I've been running on them for about half an hour now, so come along, follow me on this run, find out what they're like. Alright, so there are a few immediately obvious benefits to wearing Aftershokz bone conduction headphones like these. These are the OpenRun Pro from Shokz. Now, the obvious benefits being I can hear my surroundings, I know exactly what's going on, and I really like that on the trails, and I can imagine it being even better in populated areas where safety might be a concern. So having control of your surroundings is awesome. The other benefit is because they are outside ear, they're not sitting inside your ear and kind of blocking that airway. And if you're familiar with running with earbuds, then you'll probably know that your head just gets hotter because you don't have that airflow going into your ear canal. The airflow, sorry. So it's so much nicer actually running in headphones like this. And the other benefit being outside earbuds is you don't being outside headphones is you don't get that feeling that you're actually hearing your heartbeat when you're working out really hard. Sometimes because earbuds have such a good seal in them, it can feel like you can hear your heartbeat and it's kind of pounding, thudding noise. But you don't get any of that with these bone conduction headphones from Shokz. They're also very comfortable to wear whilst you're running. There's really not much jiggling. They're very lightweight too. And as I mentioned earlier, I really like the fact that they sit outside your ear, so also you don't really feel your feet pounding on the floor whilst you're running as well through the headphones. Alright, whilst I'm climbing this hill, let's go over some of the obvious disadvantages of bone conduction headphones like the OpenRun Pro from Shokz. So, sound quality, of course, is never going to be as good as in-ear headphones or earbuds. It's just the very nature of it, how it works, the conduction technology, and the fact the speakers are outside your ear. So, but going on from the advantages of that is that you can listen to your surroundings and the environment around you, which is awesome. It also makes them more comfortable to run if you're running for a long period of time. Just the breathability and airflow makes things more comfortable. Leading on from sound quality, the fact they're outside your ear, you do get some wind noise when you're running. So I would definitely not recommend these for cycling because you just won't hear your music. You'll just hear that wind noise going past your ear. Next thing is adjustability or lack thereof on the OpenRun Pro. So if you look at the back, there's a little bit of movement there and there is space between the band and the back of my head. So I understand that's probably to fit as many people's head sizes and shapes as possible. But if you do have a really small head, then I can see these maybe being a little bit loose and they could potentially move whilst you're running. I've got, I would say, a medium-sized head, and although there is space behind the band and my head, they don't actually move, they just sit there like this. This part of the headphones kind of just sits against your cheekbone and your ear. So actually the fit is not so bad at all, and it just works, you know. So I was a little skeptical at first and I thought that might be an issue, but it wasn't at all. So fit is okay. The final downside or disadvantage would be the fact the buttons are very small under here, and it's hard to know which one you're pressing unless you've had experience. You know, like next track, pause, play and skip track. Those dials are under here and they're very small and tricky to access whilst you're running. Alright, so leading on from the tricky usability of the buttons whilst you're running, I actually use my Apple Watch here to control my music, so that isn't an issue for me really. Might not be for you if you use your smartwatch or your GPS sport watch to control your music whilst you're running, because of course you can connect these bone conduction headphones to your watch, so you've got full control over it that way, and I kind of prefer that anyway. So yeah, they are the obvious benefits and disadvantages of running in the OpenRun Pro outside earphones from Shokz. I'd love to get your thoughts on this trail test review, and also if you want to know how bone conduction technology works and all the ins and outs of these outside ear bone conduction headphones, then follow the link down below in the description. That will take you to my really in-depth review of the OpenRun Pro headphones from Shokz. So definitely go read that. There's tons more outdoor adventure gear reviews on there for you to get stuck into. And don't forget to give this video a like, it really helps our channel grow. And it's nice knowing you guys are out there listening to these videos as well, so definitely hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. See you next time.